Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. Yesterday, we're going to be doing predictions. Yes, I did this last season during the playoffs. As soon as I made my channel, I started doing some sports predictions. So, this is going to be a weekly series every week until the Super Bowl. I'm going to be predicting every single NFL game until the Super Bowl. Basically, yeah. So, for those of you who don't follow football, this week is the opening week of the NFL season. So we're going to predict week 1. Let's get straight into it. The first game we have is the Carolina Panthers at the Denver Broncos. Yes, Denver doesn't have Peyton Manning anymore. Well, even if Peyton Manning was still with the Broncos, he'd still play like a 3,000-year-old quarterback anyways. But for this one, I'm going to have to go with Carolina for this one. Only because they have Simeon, I can't remember his first name, but Denver has Simeon at quarterback for the first game, and this is his first NFL start. Even if he does play bad, Paxton Lynch, who's still a pretty solid quarterback, but Paxton Lynch against the Carolina Panthers, no. So I'm going to have to go with Carolina for this one. Alright, the next game we have is the Oakland Raiders at the New Orleans Saints. Now for this one, I'm going to have to go with Oakland. A lot of reasons. They are probably the most improved teams after this offseason. Derek Carr is a legend. They got Amari Cooper and Michael Crabtree, receivers. They have one of the best offensive lines in the NFL, right up there with Dallas after this offseason. And they have a much more improved defense. New Orleans, on the other hand, all they really have is Drew Brees on offense and Cameron Jordan on defense. So, I'm going to have to go with the Oakland Raiders for this week. Alright, the next game, we have the Cleveland Browns at the Philadelphia Eagles. This one is probably going to be my upset of the week. I'm going to have to go Cleveland for this one. Why? RG3 he has played insane throughout that preseason. Carson Wentz is starting week 1, but he's still pretty hurt. I can't see Philadelphia winning this week. This is going to be my upset of the week. RG3 is going to come in. Him and Terrell Pryor are going to light it up. So Cleveland is going to beat Philadelphia. Next game, we have the Minnesota Vikings at the Tennessee Titans. Marcus Mariota against Shaun Hill. For those of you who don't know, Teddy Bridgewater tore his ACL. If Teddy Bridgewater was playing in this, I'd probably pick Minnesota over Tennessee any day. But they have Shaun Hill at quarterback this week. I'm still going to pick Minnesota, but I don't think that they're going to be this far this season with Sam Bradford. If Minnesota runs with Adrian Peterson this week and plays solid defense, I think Minnesota could win this. Alright, the next game we have is the San Diego Chargers against the Kansas City Chiefs. This one's pretty easy. I'm going to have to go with Kansas City, only because of their defense. Their pass rush is amazing. Chargers offense, their offensive line is just garbage. I'm sorry, San Diego. I don't see you guys going to the playoffs this year. I'm sorry. We have Cincinnati Bengals at the New York Jets. This one, I'm going to have to go with Cincinnati this one. Trust me, I do like the Jets. Don't get me wrong. Fitzpatrick, quarterback for the Bills a while ago. New York has an amazing team. I just think the Bengals have the overall better team. So I think the Bengals will barely pull out the win this week. Alright, the next game we have is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Atlanta Falcons. This one's probably the easiest pick of the week. This is my guarantee of the week. I'm going to go with Tampa Bay this week. Why? Because Famous Jameis is looking scary good. Plus, the Buccaneers have had some great additions this offseason. Hey, they added that kicker in the second round. Am I right? Those are you Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans. I'm sorry about that. Believe me, I do feel bad. You guys drafted a kicker in the second round, but I do see Tampa Bay blowing out the Atlanta Falcons this week. All right, the next game we have, the Buffalo Bills at the Baltimore Ravens. I hate saying this so much, guys, but I'm gonna have to go with Baltimore this week. I don't know, but watching Buffalo in the preseason, I just don't favor Buffalo in any games at all this season. I'm sorry, I let down my team, you know. I have no faith in my team, but this week, Baltimore, only because Buffalo is going to just cause so many penalties. Alright, the next game we have the Chicago Bears at the Houston Texans. Alright, so I'm going to have to go with Bears for this one. Only because they are a very much improved team this offseason. I think Jay Cutler is going to have a career year this year. Their defense is looking amazing. They got those two middle linebackers, Danny Trevathan and Jarrell Freeman. They had Akeem Hicks to that defensive line. They just signed Josh Sitton last night. Josh Sitton. I think the Bears are going to be doing great this season. Alright. Next game we have Green Bay Packers at the Jacksonville Jaguars. This one I'm going to have to go with Jacksonville. Believe it or not, only because Green Bay has just struggled last season without Jordy Nelson. I don't think Jordy Nelson's ready week 1 yet. I just don't think he's coming back. Jacksonville's got an amazing team this year, okay? They got Blake Bortles. They have their two big receivers. They got Julius Thomas. They got Chris Ivory, Malik Jackson. They've added so many additions this offseason. Like, it's insane. I think Jacksonville could win the NFC South this year. So for this one, I'm going to have to go with Jacksonville. Alright, the next game we got is the Miami Dolphins at Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks, that's all I'm going to say. Seahawks. Sorry, Dolphins. I don't see you going anywhere this season. Alright, Detroit Lions at the Indianapolis Colts. This is probably going to be my crap fest of the crap week. Yeah. Two really bad teams, but I'm probably going to go with Indianapolis only because of Andrew Luck. He could probably barely beat Detroit. I don't know. This isn't going to be a very interesting game. At the New York Giants at the Dallas Cowboys. Victor Cruz is back for the New York Giants after 2 years, but I'm going to have to go with the Dallas Cowboys in this one. Why? Yes, Tony Romo's out, but I think Dak Prescott can lead this team forward. Ezekiel Elliott, if they can run with Ezekiel Elliott and throw it to Dez Bryant, and their defense can play good, I believe this Cowboys team is going to go very far. Alright, next game we got the New England Patriots at the Arizona Cardinals. I'm going to have to go with the Cardinals in this one only because Tom Brady's not in for the Patriots. Trust me, I do like Jimmy Garoppolo, but I just don't see Patriots winning this week. Arizona's got that great defense, Carson Palmer. It's really just self-explanatory. Cardinals are going to win this week. Alright, we got 2 more games left on Monday night. We have the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Washington Redskins. I'm going to have to go with Pittsburgh this one. Why? I think if they run it with D'Angelo Williams, throw it to Antonio Brown, Big Ben's going to have a great game. I'm going to have to go with Pittsburgh on this game. Alright guys, I'm sorry about that, but no face cam for this one only because my camera just died and I really didn't feel like going up and changing the battery. So I'm just going to do this one from my microphone. So the last game we got of the week is the Los Angeles Rams against the San Francisco 49ers. Yes, I know the Rams have drafted Jared Goff at their quarterback, but San Francisco, this is going to be another crap fest of the week. I think Jared, I'm so undecided about this one. But I see Los Angeles pulling out this win only because of Todd Gurley. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. NFL Week 1. Let's just go over these picks really quick. Carolina Panthers beat the Denver Broncos. Oakland Raiders beat the New Orleans Saints. Cleveland Browns beat the Philadelphia Eagles. Minnesota Vikings beat the Tennessee Titans. San Diego Chargers lose to Kansas City Chiefs. Cincinnati Bengals over the New York Jets. Tampa Bay Buccaneers over the Atlanta Falcons. Buffalo Bills over the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens over the Bills. My bad. Chicago Bears over the Texans. Jaguars over the Packers. Seahawks over the Dolphins. Colts over the Lions. Cowboys over the Giants, Cardinals over the Patriots, Steelers over the Redskins, and the Rams over the 49ers. Alright guys, this is it for NFL predictions week 1. I will see you guys next week with a review. This is E, signing off.